So, if you were to give some golden nuggets about communication, which again, communication is essential for everybody, whether you're in business, whether you're not in business. Communication, and some people are naturally born with a talent to be able to communicate very effectively. Some are
Yeah.
not, um, and some have the talent, but nerves get the better of them, and sometimes in front of people that they don't know or in front of an audience, they absolutely go to jelly. What would your, if I would say three nuggets, three, crucial bits of advice be to people about communication?
I think before I share the golden nuggets, I just want to say that this sudden transition to the digital workplace has actually been a very challenging process for many, including myself, individuals and organizations from both the logistical and technical standpoint. And at the same time, many individuals are experiencing outsized stresses in their daily lives. As we can see, the pandemic continues to spread around the globe. And it's important to align your communication strategy with compassion and empathy in mind. Because of this pandemic, Abid, people are craving of being understood, of
Yeah,
relating to each other empathetically and kindly and warmly. My first golden nugget is always start off with a smile. A smile goes a long way, you know,
yeah,
when you come up with that digital platform. So, with that in mind, I think my second one would be pause. The ability to masterfully slow down a conversation and provide
very important.
lengthy gaps, yeah,
Yes,
between
very.
individual points is a really powerful communication skill. The power of the pause cannot be emphasized enough, especially in virtual meetings. When
I
you've made
think
a point,
I think for myself in particular, just that word there changed
yeah,
changed changed my life really, because I'm, as you know, I'm hyperactive,
yeah,
um, and that was one of the key reasons that I had a stutter, because your brain thinks quicker than your mouth thinks. And when
yeah,
I learned to pause, yes, in my head, it's really slow, but to the person that's listening, it's actually very pleasing on the ear. And I learned this at the age of 40, unfortunately, but it is really effective. Pausing, breathing. So that's a very valuable little nugget there.
I mean, give people time. Give people's brain time to evaluate and consider what you've said because they need the extra time that they wouldn't necessarily need in a face to face encounter. And, a
Yes.
pause can also act as a way of emphasizing a point in a conversation. A slight hesitation before continuing a thought will also give others time to reflect on these ideas before moving on. These same principles hold true when one is in the role of a listener in a virtual meeting, by presenting the body language associated with the listening and content of pause. When someone asks a question, a pause before you answer actually gives the impression, well, hopefully an accurate impression, that you're really considering that question and you're not just coming up with a canned answer. Um, Golden nugget number two, maintain a strong voice. I always teach my clients to use a louder than usual voice. Why? Because in addition to being audible, strong voice conveys authority, credibility, and confidence. And this concept is just as true in a virtual conference as it is an actual one. So even though you're using an external or internal microphone, and thus it may be tempted to speak at a conversational volume, maintaining a strong, clear voice as if you're in a large conference room, using a
Yeah.
loud voice will help you. It will actually help keep you from mumbling and from speaking too quickly due to the amount of breath that's required. So those
So,
are my three nuggets.
and they were really good actually. You know what? Very valuable.